Okay. Hi everyone. Lisa Maureen from Maureen's Miracles. Silicone Baby dolls. So I have Joshua Edward here and I'm going to attempt to do a hand transplant. When I pulled this Joshua Edward out of his mold, this thumb had a big bubble in the front. If you zoom in, you can see that. A big bubble right there in the front that took the top of his thumb right off. So I casted a hand, just a hand, and next time I'll make sure I do a whole arm because it was really hard to get out of that mold. I couldn't get a hold of it to pull it out, so I ended up having to turn the mold inside out, which you don't really want to have to do that too often. Just breaks the mold down more, I believe. I don't know, it's only the second one I ever made, so. But anyway, so I have done a few transplants with my first sculpt, the Robert John sculpt. I did a few feet transplants, finger transplants with him, so I kind of know what I'm doing. But you want to try to line up your transplant with the body as best as you can. So I have like a little bit of an angle here. So when I cut, I'm gonna cut on a little bit of an angle. And I've done this really, really well a few times where it was like, wow, it was just couldn't have been better. Like, but then I've messed up before too. But the idea is to get it to a place, cut it in a place where it's not gonna show when you start to paint the doll and put the final coat and the powder coat on. So I'm gonna go right at the wrist here, right at one of the wrinkles in his wrists. And I need my glasses. You can see really good. Okay, so lining it up as best as I can. You know, it might even help to put some pins in there, just to kind of hold it in place while you cut, so it doesn't move too much. So lining it up as best as you can before you cut. And I am going to use pins. So, not for the faint of heart. This transplanting thing, as Carolyn Doty would say. Thank you, by the way, Carolyn Doty, for all your help. Amazing artist and such a great presence on YouTube. She helps us to get along in our sculpting, in our molding, in our pouring, in our painting. She just helps with all of it. So appreciative. Ow, I just poked my finger. There's some blood. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to shut up because I got to focus. The holes, the little pinprick holes I'm putting in him to get this to stay better is not going to hurt the doll at all. It's a tiny, tiny pinprick hole that will be covered with the silicone paint. No problem. Okay, I think that's good enough. Okay, here we go. I'm doing this on camera so you can see it. Yes, it's something that's not for the faint of heart, but it also is not brain surgery. Oh boy. All right. So I've got that like right at that line completely. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to hold it like this. Okay, there. Those wrinkles and lines are all there. So that is not. So that's going to go like on an angle also. So I'm going to put my scissors where I think I want it to go. And that's when I'm gonna do that cut once I get it lined up as best as I can. Look at that. Okay, so yeah, that's right there. All right, so here, 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 lining up well. Lining up well there. Okay. On 3. On 1. On 2. On 3. I think I did it good. All right, unpin them. Then I like to pin it back onto the sculpt or to the body before I put the silicone on. That is pretty close. Pretty stinking close. I think I did it really, really well. I think I did. All right, let's see. Now, now I can use this for a parts hand. Like the next doll I pour out or pull out, if the pinky finger has a bubble in it, I can cut this pinky finger off and put that on the doll instead of trying to build up that bubble on there, which never really turns out good when you have a bubble there, especially on the tips of the fingers or the fingernails. When you try to fix that, it's really, really hard to get it to come out looking well. But this one pinky finger is really, really, really good on this one. But this ring finger isn't so bad, but the rest are not. They're junk. There's nothing I can do with those. Not make them look well. I might someday make a boo-boo baby with it, just because you don't want to waste any of it, any of your pieces. If you can get them to a point where they look halfway decent and nobody could really tell unless they looked really close, then you could theoretically sell that as a boo-boo baby. But okay, set that aside, and now let's see how well that lined up. Oh my gosh, it's like perfect. Yeah, no one's gonna be able to tell at all. So I used the exact same silicone that I pulled him in, or poured this doll in, I used to pour this hand. So it's the same color. And oh my gosh, that is lining up. If you could zoom in there and see that. You know what, it's a little bit lighter colored though for some reason. Maybe it's just because it's the hand, and the hand is, yeah, that's it. Okay, so it's just thinner. The arm is thicker than the hand, so light's gonna go through better on the hand, the fingers. Yeah, that is perfect alignment. Just really, really great. You're not gonna be able to, even the wrinkles on this side are lined up so well. So yeah, okay, there it is. So then I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. What I would do, I'm not gonna clean up it on video, but what I would do here, whoops, not with needles I use to put color on. Here I would just like take a needle right in the fold there and attach it like that. And then on the other side, I would take another one, and I'm just gonna go in at the top of the hand here with that, like that. And you can see how now when I go to put that silicone in there to adhere the hand, to the body, it's not gonna slide around out of position. It's gonna stay in that position. And then, cause I tried like putting the silicone on first and then trying to put the pins in to hold it, and it was just a mess. It was sliding all over. I couldn't get it to stay good. So it didn't line up as well. So if you pin it and then put the silicone in there, it won't move around. It'll stay in position. So yeah, I'm so excited. Okay, so he is gonna be just perfect. He's turned out so well. I'm so pleased with him. Thanks for watching. See ya.